Hey guys, welcome back to Nala's Queendom. It's your Queen Nala here, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm gonna be talking to my folks who are dying to find out specific information about working in Vietnam legally. I have tons and tons of messages in my inbox asking me, how can I come to Vietnam? What do I need to get a job in Vietnam as a teacher? And I can't respond to everyone because there are tons of messages and I just can't, that's why I decided to do this video so that you can watch it and find out what you legit need to come and work in Vietnam as a legal English teacher. Because yeah, you can come on a tourist visa and work, but you would be working illegally. So if you are curious how it works to get the work permit and TRC and you work here as a legal English teacher, this is the video. Watch until the end. If you're new here, please tap on the subscription button here and don't forget to tap on the notification bell as well so that you get notified every time I get to post a new video. And I post a new video every single Sunday of the week. So let's get into it, guys. And today I'm going to give you a detailed list of the documents that you need to carry if you're not yet here, all the documents that you need to send from back home if you are already in Vietnam, and everything, every single step you have to do until you get all the documents needed to be submitted at the immigration. Yeah, to be honest, this is one of a hectic process you will ever do in your entire life. I did this process and it took me almost a year. But if you already have an embassy in Vietnam and you're already in Vietnam, then there is nothing to worry about. But I don't have an embassy here, so I had to do everything out of Vietnam, sending things back home and then sending them to Malaysia and then receiving them back here. It was super hectic. But if you have an embassy here, or if you are still in your country, actually, this is the best time to watch this video and figure out and do these documents and bring them here when you have already gone through all this process. So I wrote these things down so that I do not forget any detail. I have done this process before and I know every single step. So first thing first, before you come to Vietnam, or before you even think about how to get a Vietnamese work permit or TRC as an English teacher, first thing they ask for, it is a bachelor's degree. So you have to have a bachelor's, not a diploma, not a certificate, from bachelor's and higher. So you can have your master's, your bachelor's and higher, but you cannot work with a diploma or just a certificate. So the first thing they ask for, it is a bachelor's degree in any area. It can be business administration, it can be law, it can be medicine, it can be anything. But as long as you have a bachelor's degree, then you are good to go. The second thing, it is a TOEFL. It doesn't matter if you are an English native speaker or not. You just need this certificate to show that you are qualified, that you have gone through this training and you're ready to teach. So that TOEFL certificate shows the government or the immigration that you have gone through this training and you have some knowledge about teaching. And then the third thing they ask for, but this is specific for non-native English speakers like me. I am from a country where English is my official language because we have different languages in my country, but English is the official one. The government uses it as its official, so which means everything in Uganda runs in English, the politicians, the meetings, everything in the government runs in English, not even in the president's local language, but everything runs in English. from kindergarten to university, everything they teach in English. Like, English is the official language of my country, but that doesn't count. I still need this document that I'm gonna tell you about. So if you are not from the UK, from the USA, from Ireland, from Australia, New Zealand, where else? In Canada, you are a non-native English speaker. It doesn't matter if it's your official language, it doesn't matter how well you know how to speak it. You're gonna need to do a C1 certificate. That's the one that shows that your proficiency in English. In Vietnam, if you don't have it, or if you don't even have access to do it, you're gonna have to do a V-step. It's called a V-step, but you have to do it in Vietnam, because with a V-step you don't need to notarize it or legalize it, because you did it from here and you do it from the Vietnamese education system, so it doesn't need to be notarized by your embassy. Yeah, so those are the main 3 documents they need from you, the main ones before you get to the criminal background check, the health check. So with the university degree, if you are still in your country, you need to get a copy of it. Take it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in your country for it to be certified that it is a true document, that it is not fake. Then after you take it to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs in your country to get stamped, to be certified, you're going to have to take it to the Vietnamese embassy in your country, or any that's close to your country. I had to send mine to Malaysia because I don't have a consulate in Vietnam or an embassy. So I had to send it to Malaysia, to my consulate, and then my consulate had to send it to go to take it to the Vietnamese embassy. So after you get this certified copy from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, you're gonna have to take this copy to Vietnamese embassy so that they can legalize it. Actually, the university degree and the TEFL certificate, these are the main documents that need to be certified, notarized, and legalized. So with the university degree, you're gonna have to take it to your foreign affairs to be certified, and then after you're going to take it to Vietnamese embassy, and they will legalize it for you and they will give it back to you. When they finish to legalize it, there is always that small card they put behind and they stamp on it. That means it is now legal. You can bring it to Vietnam to use it. So that's the copy you're going to have to give to the immigration when you are applying for your work permit. And along with the bachelor's degree copy that's certified, you're going to have to do the TEFL. So you always do these TEFLs online, but then the problem comes when you have to legalize it, because some online companies don't offer like those services. You're gonna have to go through a hectic pressure. So I would recommend you to really make research first about the online English companies that offer TEFL certificates, and before you pay for one, ask them if they legalize and authenticate the document before you even take one. So when you do it online, they usually, some online companies, they do help you out with legalizing and authenticating and certifying the document, and then they send you the hard copy, and they as well send you that legalized copy. So I will put some recommendations of the links where you can do your your TOEFLs down in the description box. You can do the TOEFL and finish it. It's always a 120-hour TOEFL, and then after that you get in contact with the company and they can do for you the process of legalizing and sending you the document here. But of course you have to pay some extra money to do that if you are in Vietnam or if you're in your country. So after you get your certified and legalized copies of your TOEFL and your bachelor's degree, you are good to go. If you are still out of Vietnam, then that will need you to get a company to hire you fast. So there are so many companies which are hiring right now. Like, I'm gonna put some of them in the description below, and then you can apply and see if they can hire you. And if they hire you, you already like have your documents even ready to do the work permit, that if when you come to Vietnam, you just submit your documents, and in like a month or 2 months your work permit will be out and you won't be going through this visa run process. When you apply for the job, they'll give you the job, and then when you come here or when you're ready, if you are already here in Vietnam, this is how like it goes. So the company, if the company hires you and you come here, if you're an English native speaker, you're not gonna need to give a C1 certificate because you are a native English speaker. So what they're gonna ask you, it is your copies of your degree that are notarized. So when you get here with your legalized documents of a degree and a TOEFL, you're going to have to need to translate them. There are so many translation companies in Vietnam, so you can always search for a translation company near you, or you can always ask your company for recommendations. So you have to take your TOEFL and your degree, which are legalized, to the translation company, so that they translate the documents into Vietnamese. And then after they translate those documents, you're going to have to take them to the People's Committee office, where they have to get notarized from. So this is like a stamp from the People's Committee that, yeah, the legalization on your documents, it is a Vietnamese legalization, it's not fake. So after you take them to be notarized, they give you, sorry, let me first go back a little bit. With the translation, they give you about a week, and then you go back to pick your documents. And after you pick them up, you go to People's Committee or some notary houses that are legal, that are allowed to do that, and they also give you about a week, and then you go back to pick up your documents after they are done. And then when you're done notarizing, that's like the last step of the TOEFL and the degree copy. And don't forget to actually as well carry your hard copies, because some companies want those hard copies too. So when you get your notarized copies, you are going to get the healthy checkup. So this healthy checkup, it is specific when you are applying for a work permit. Some companies can tell you all this information, but some companies, they just let you to do all this research for yourself. So I'm just giving you the free information. It is too much, I know, and you might think that I am jumping onto this and this, but I'm trying my best to just remember every little bit of these details. So you're gonna go to the hospital and you pay, and they'll do a whole body health checkup that's specific for your work permit. And when you go to the hospital, there are specific hospitals. You can ask me in my DM, or you can comment if you would want more information about everything, like not about the work permit, because I'm like explaining that right now. But if you're like the notarizing thingy companies, the notarizing address and the translation address, I can give you some of those, and the recommendation of hospitals where you can go to do your healthy checkups. I can also give you some recommendations. So after you do the recommendation, after you do your health checkup, they will give you the date of when they will deliver your results, or they'll ask you for your company's address so that they send it to your company direct. And that doesn't need any notarizing or anything like that. Another thing is a criminal background check. So if you have been in Vietnam for more than 6 months, then you have to get that from here. So with the criminal background check, if you have been in Vietnam for more than 6 months, you have to get it from here, because they need it. It needs to be like 6 months valid. It's valid for 6 months. So if you've been here in Vietnam 6 months plus, then you have to get it from here. There is an office still where you have to go and apply for it and wait for about 2 weeks to get it. And if you are out of Vietnam and planning to come here, you have to do the criminal background check from your home country. So you need to carry it and bring it here from your home country and carry it to Vietnam, because you haven't been here for 6 months. That means you will have to do it from your country and then you come with it here. So you have got your notarized copies of TEFL and degree, and your criminal background check, and your healthy checkup. For the non-native speakers, make sure you do a C1 certificate to show your proficiency. If you don't have it, or if you don't have any idea what that is, I did not have an idea, so I did a V-step. So a V-step, you do it in Vietnam. So you sign for it and do it, or you go take the exam and they give you the certificate in like 3 days. So for that gives you the that just shows that your proficiency is really like good, and you know English and you can teach English. So we have 5 documents. You have your notarized copy of a degree, you have a notarized copy of your TEFL, you have your criminal background check, you have your healthy checkup, you have your C1 certificate or your V-step, and then another thing that they ask for, it is the residence registration, like the registration with the police where you live. They need it because they need to use that as well to apply for your work permit. So it doesn't matter if you are using the agent or you've given the documents to your company, they are going to ask you to tell your landlord to do what? To register you with the police and give you a registration, a residence registration. So they use that to apply for your work permit. So if your landlord is like blah blah blah, you can go to the police in your area where you live, where your area is registered, and go try to register yourself by yourself. So if you come to Vietnam still and rent an apartment, ask your landlord to register you, so that she or he gives you that registering form that he or she has registered you, because you will need it when you are applying for your work permit. You got your 6 documents ready, and then the last thing it is to get a photocopy of all pages of your passport. So you're gonna go photocopy the pages, all the pages of your passport, and you're going to take them to the notary. Actually, I forgot, I had to mention this when you're taking your documents to the People's Committee office to get notarized. Yeah, let's go back a little bit. So when you're taking your degree copy and your TEFL copy, you also need to photocopy all the pages of your passport and take them along with your TEFL, translated TEFL and translated degree to the People's Committee, so that it also gets notarized, because they as well have to stamp every page of your passport. They don't need the the passport, but they need all the pages. But all the pages have to be notarized, so all the pages have to have the notary stamp. Yeah, so after that, you're going to go and take passport photos, 4x6, something like that. I don't remember the size, but it's around that 4x6. I'm not sure about that, but if you really are in the process of making a work permit and you're not sure, ask me, because I'm using my phone to record the video and I can't like go and check which, and I did not write it here. So you're gonna need to go and take passport photos, and that's like the last step. And after the photos are done, you are good to go. Like I have mentioned every single thing you have to do. This is a hectic process, especially if you're already in Vietnam and you don't have an embassy here. But I have mentioned like the key needed documents: degree, TOEFL, C1. They need to be certified, authenticated, legalized, translated, notarized. 5 steps. Whew, yeah, it sounds a lot, but it's doable. Like if I did it, you can do it. So after you got all those documents, hand them in to your company or to your visa agent, and then they'll apply for your work permit. And it used to take about 2 to 1 month, no, 2 weeks, 1 month, but it's probably right now taking a lot more than that. You can even wait for 3 months when it's not yet out. I waited for mine for like 6 months, to be honest. But I think for mine it's just because of my country, because there is not yet any relations between Vietnam and Uganda, and mine got rejected like twice. I don't know, but yeah, 2 times. But the feedback I was always getting from my boss that my country, because I applied along with the Australian teacher, and his came on the first application, but mine was denied twice, and they gave it to me on the third trial. So yeah, but I think it also depends on the company with connections. I don't know. Yeah, but those are the main key points. So after you apply for your work permit and it comes out, it's gonna be a very large copy, hard copy that shows blah 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 your information. And then after that, you are going to need to apply for a TRC, a temporary residence card. So a temporary residence card, it always lets you stay here for the amount of time that's on your work permit, and they usually give 2 years. Yeah, so after your work permit comes out, you're gonna have to apply for a temporary residence card, or you're gonna have to get a 6 months visa. So it's up to you which one you need, but I think a TRC is better. It's better than the 6 months visa. So with the TRC, your company still takes your work permit to immigration, and then you get passport photos, but those are a little bit smaller. I forgot the measurements, but I will look for the measurements and put them in the description box. So I think they're already there in the description as you're watching already this video, so check the description. And they will again ask you for the residency thingy where you live. So your landlord will still give you an online registration form of where you live, or you will need to go back to the police to get it again. Yeah. They asked it for me twice. This is my process. This is what I went through. I don't know what you went through, so if we have different experiences, please don't come for me. I'm talking about my experience, and I'm just helping out those who have zero ideas. So this is what I did, and these are the documents I given. But so for your TRC, they'll ask you for the residence registration, and then your work permit, and your passport and passport photos. That's it, and it will take about 2 weeks, and you will get your blue card, which will state that you are a temporary resident of Vietnam and you don't have to do visa runs anymore. Yeah, so guys, that is the basic information that I had to say in this video. It's been a little bit long, but you saw that everything I mentioned was really a key important information. Yeah, so if you still have any questions, like, don't hesitate to comment down below, or you can reach me out on my Instagram. Yeah, and I'll respond to your questions, because I have been here for 3 years and I have experience in this field, because I went through the process and I know all the steps, and I know people want to come here but they are green about what to do, and people want to work here legally with work permits and TRCs and they have no idea what to do. So that's the basic process, and it's a little bit hectic, but you can do it. Like, you can do it. If I did it, you can do it as well. Yeah, so guys, I'm gonna stop here. I need to go to bed. I have work tomorrow morning very early and it is pretty late right now. You can't imagine the time I'm filming this video and the time I'm waking up tomorrow. But thank you so much for watching the video till the end. Subscribe down here and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you get notified every time I post a new video. Thank you so much guys for always coming back to watch my videos. If you are an old subscriber, and if you're new, thank you for joining the family, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you guys so much. Have a lovely day, have a good morning, have a good night, and bye.